Hi traders, this is Sin with the New Level Trading Report for Thursday, June 30th. Wall Street rallied today for the fourth day after Greek lawmakers passed a second austerity bill designed to prevent a default, while business activity in the U.S. Midwest surged. The Dow gained 152 points, the NASDAQ was up 33 points, and the S&P gained 13 points. This is a 15-minute chart of our Dow Jones Index, and you can see I've drawn this nice trend line to the upside and several nice touches back into that trend line. A nice move up today, you can see that, a little bit of a pullback, and then ending pretty much right on the highs for the day at 12,427. So again, a nice day today. This is the same chart we've looked at over and over again over the past several weeks, and you can see this downward trend line that I've drawn, and this is what we're looking at here. We came back and actually we really haven't, it's hard to say we've tested this 200 period moving average, because we really didn't come as close to it as we have in the S&P, which I'll show you. But you can see what's happened here obviously is I have this downward trend line that I drew several back. Let's see, I actually probably drew it around this area here. Let's see, I'm going to say I probably started drawing it at this point here, so back at the beginning of the month here, and you can see a really nice rounded bottom here, and then we've pretty much we came right up to that trend line yesterday, and then we've certainly broken right through it. We're pretty much smack dab in the middle of that 50 period moving average, but again the volume has been increasing, still average volume, but we'll wait to see if that continues to the upside. Again, this is about the area of resistance that I'm seeing, this 12,580 area, so we'll continue to watch that, and obviously it's Friday tomorrow. So let's take a look at our S&P futures, and you can see again the same situation, lots of nice trending up to the especially we had a little bit of a pullback on that's Tuesday, but again a nice continued uptrend, and that 50 period moving average is holding very well. So this is what we look like. Obviously this is an after hours yesterday and then pre-market, but held that high from yesterday, and then a really nice movement to the upside. A little bit more choppy, I'll say, and if you looked at a 5-minute, 5-day, that would look a bit choppier, but you can see these lots of bottom or topping tails, but pulled back a little bit, and then ended on the highs, and this is after hours. It looks like we're trying to get back up into that 13-17 area. So this is what we're looking like on our daily, and this again is actually a weekly that I drew back from 2009. We talked about this a bit, but again this is our trend line to the downside. Now on this one we have not come above that yet. We haven't broken that downtrend, but we're close. Obviously we're getting very, very close, and it looks like I'm going to say tomorrow around this 13-18 area will be considered a break of that, and obviously it's 500 stocks, so definitely everyone's going to have their eyes on this to see if we do indeed break to the upside. And if we do, I see this area around 1337 as the first area of resistance, so we'll continue to watch that. Very important to see if that does make that break to the upside here. But let's look at the contrarian, our DX, which is the dollar, and again a very nice downtrend, and you can see we've double bottomed here. But what I did want to show you, what's interesting, is I drew this trend line the other day, and you can see we've had these multiple touches, 4 touches on a daily chart, and so to me what that's saying is we probably will come and bounce off of this. I mean, at least that's the probability that we should bounce around this 74.37 area, and then at least make another go at this area here. And this is, to me, this is I'd call this an ascending triangle, and usually what that means is you get very congested and it tightens up in here, and then the break should be to the downside. That's how that usually works, and so we'll continue to watch that. We're on just above average volume. So let's take a look at FinViz. And as you can see, an overall picture of the indices today, and again Dow had a really nice move up, and just as pretty much almost sideways, and then pretty much ended up on the highs, as I said. NASDAQ looked about the same, a little bit choppier, but S&P probably had the choppiest day, but still a really nice day. This is what the heat map looks like, and as I said, all the sectors look pretty much green. A few stocks to the downside. Bank of America looks like it was down. Visa and MasterCard. Obviously, that they had that news later in the afternoon, and they just pretty much blew everything away. It was an amazing day to trade that to the upside. Let's take a look at the bubble study. And you can see Joy Global, which is JOYG, had a really nice day, up about 5.7%. NTAP, which is a data storage company, was up the same, about 5.6%. eBay was up 4.5%. Like I said, a lot of the sectors were up. Monsanto was up. They had earnings, and you can see they gapped up yesterday, and they've continued that gap, and a really, really nice move to the upside. So you can see lots of stocks. Here's 3%, and here's our 1%. So many stocks that did very, very well today. Let's look to the downside, and again, several, as I mentioned. Visa, not surprising. Obviously, when you have a 10-point move up, you're going to have a little bit of a pullback and some digestion of that move, but again, a really nice day yesterday for that, and also MasterCard as well. Same type of situation, just an amazing move to the upside. Morgan Stanley, as I said, the banks were down a bit, so down about 1.6%. BIIB, which is a biotech company, down about 1.9%. FTO, as I said, they had earnings yesterday or this morning, and they were down about 1.6%. So stocks not too bad to the upside, as I said. Overall, a really nice move. Let's take a look at what's going on in economic news tomorrow. Let's see, here we go. That's July 1st, so the beginning of the month, and tomorrow we actually have some really important information and economic news. The Michigan sentiment is out, the ISM numbers, that's a manufacturing report, the construction spending, auto sales, and truck sales. So again, we have a lot of information and news coming in tomorrow. So these are, especially these ones that are orange here, would be considered fairly high market movers. So we'll wait to see what happens on that. And let's go back to our home page. I just wanted to mention tomorrow earnings. We just have PWX, and as far as what we did today trading, we had some mixed results. Don traded PCLN, FSLR, OEX, and YGE. Had some stocks that he did well on, and other ones that he paired some of those gains with. So again, not a great day for Don, but I traded Halliburton and Dendrion for profit, and Brian had some really nice futures trades for profit as well. So again, a mixed day for New Level Traders, but thanks so much for joining us. We hope you'll visit our website if you have any questions about education or membership. Give us a call at the number on our website, www.newleveltraders.com. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.